Okay, this is an interesting update. Now, I went ahead. I want you to see my girlfriend's graphics card is still installed. It's an old Jansen NVIDIA card, whatever. You can see her hard drive still here. I have a 500 gigabyte hard drive. She also has an extra hard drive that is right here that stays in here from when she has Windows. Now I installed Sparky Linux on this extra drive here. I have a 4 terabyte drive over there. I am partitioning and reformatting. Am I going to put that on here? Probably not. 4 terabytes is going to be way too big. If you're going to try something like this, up to a terabyte, maybe 2. Since I don't have a 2 terabyte drive to test this with, I can't tell you. And if you get a computer, trust me, do not get a slim. These things are very hard to work on. There's no room whatsoever to work on it. If you want an extra hard drive, you have to get one of these little hard drive caddies and replace it, with a small hard drive, laptop drive, instead of the 3.5. Midnight. Do not lay on the controller. Alright, so you can see I have Sparky Linux Game Over installed on my girlfriend's computer. How's it going to play? Now right now I only have the Dolphin GameCube emulator, the PlayStation 2 emulator, and I do have the Xbox emulator, but I do not have it installed. I can just run it from here, right here. In fact, I can probably just send that to desktop, and it is right there. And like I said, this drive is not even mounted. Now, first thing you're going to run into is the Dolphin emulator. If you want to play GameCube on this, you have to install it through Terminal. I'm going to show you the exact commands. In Terminal, you have to put in Terminal to install this. This is Debian. This is not Ubuntu. Most places online will try to get you to put in a bunch of junk to install on Ubuntu or Fedora. But remember, this is a Debian operating system. It is not Ubuntu. The commands will not work with Debian. You have to put this in for your Dolphin emulator. Now we're going to go to the PlayStation 2 and I'm going to show you exactly how to install that. I will not install it because I already have it installed. You have to go to that right there, APTUS App Center. To find it, you go down here in the corner and you go to All Applications, and then right here it is right there. Now I always send shortcuts to the desktop if I'm going to use something. Now you have to put in, anytime you're using Linux, you have to put in your password. Linux will do absolutely nothing unless you approve it. And that's any version of Linux. Alright, to install your PlayStation 2 emulator, go to Games, go down to Emulators, and you can find your PlayStation 1, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, stuff like that here. And right there is the PlayStation 2 emulator. And I just click on it, open it. And see here it'll say install. If I say reinstall, I'm not going to do that because I already have it set up. It'll say install, and then you hit install, and it will install your PlayStation 2 emulator. Here's Atari, Super Nintendo, Visual Boy, Game Boy Advance, Stella for Genesis, Dystopia, for NES, Fusion for all, basically all Sega games, as far as Genesis, Sega CD, things like that. Now I'm going to exit this. Now I want you to understand, this still has the NVIDIA graphics card in it. I did not pull it out. Now when I did set up Sparky Linux on this hard drive, what I had to do was excuse me, disconnect this secondary drive. If you only have one hard drive, great. If you have more than one, you have to disconnect any other drives, because it will confuse the installer and it won't know where to put what. Once you're done installing it, you can plug your drive back in. Now, we're going to see if this will now run things like Xbox, PlayStation 2, GameCube. Now, with Windows 7 installed, this machine will run PlayStation 2. It is choppy. It is slow. It has a very slow frame rate. This has a Core 2 Duo. And you can see her hard drive. I just disconnected her drive and hooked up another drive there. Now, I do not have this installed, but all I have to do to launch this is execute, and it's right there. Now let's go to load disk. I have a few things on here. I have not tried most of this except for Dino Crisis 3. I have tried. Now, once again, if you get an error at the top, I mean, that loaded right up. I didn't even get the error. If you get an error at the top saying load ISO or Xbox disk, go up there to machine, hit machine, go down and reload, and it will start the game. Now, if you recall, when I installed this on Linux Mint, I got a complete black screen and nothing else. It would not load anything. We're going to see if this will load. Not all games will run perfectly, and not all games will load. It's a chance you're taking. Well, what do you know? Oh, it's one of these. It did load. I do not like these games. My girlfriend doesn't like these games like this, like Doom. So let's eject the disk. Right there, please insert a SBOS disk. I'm going to load disk. Oh, damn it, wrong place. I don't know anything about most of these games. I really don't play emulators. Please insert SBOS disk. Machine at the top, then go down to, reset. Excuse me, it's not reload, it's reset. Now, will you look at this? Alright, let's get this picture a little bit bigger. I can go through and adjust the audio and video settings on here if I want to. Get down there. I think I have to hit. There we go. Accept. Correct. Yes. No, I'm not going to create save data. Yes, it's going to start without saving. I don't want it to save. So, the first game started and ran. This game's going. Once again, this has a Core 2 Duo. Linux Mint would not run this. That's a Ubuntu based operating system. Windows 7. This would not even install on Windows 7 because the driver for the graphics card. This bypassed the NVIDIA graphics card altogether and inserted an OpenGL4 driver. I don't know how to skip any of this stuff. Like I said, I really don't work with emulators a whole lot. I'll set stuff up for my girlfriend once in a while, but I don't really play anything on them. So I have no clue about any of these games. Now let's see if I can actually move this dude. Now he is moving a little slow, but he is moving. Let's see if I can. I mean, yes, the game is definitely playable. Alright, let's get out of here. The keyboard's way over here. If I can remember how to even exit. There we go. I just hit start. A machine, and let's eject disk. And of course, I do have the one game on here. Yeah, I haven't even tried really any of these. If you get, please insert SBox disk, go to machine in the corner, and hit reset. Now, like I said, I wanted to test this operating system. So, the operating system has a whole lot to do with whether you can run your game or not. Now, you can see it's starting pretty slow, but it is starting. And let's see if the game will be super slow or not. I think it'll play okay. Always put stuff on easy mode if you're unsure. And you can see it is loading now. Unlike on Linux Mint, it would not even load. The picture would not come up. This would not come up. It would just stay blank and black. So, if the game she wants to play will work on this, then for her to play certain games, all I have to do is take out her hard drive, slap in this hard drive, and uh-oh, we had an error. Let's see if, did I do something? Let's try to reload this again and see what happened here. Maybe something's running in the background. I don't know. Okay, now it's loading pretty quick. Maybe that other game had not shut down or still running in the background. I don't know. I do know it loaded and played a little while ago. I can't recall if I tweaked something or did something. It's possible. I do stupid stuff all the time. Maybe I hit the wrong button on the controller. I have no clue. Like I said, I really don't play games on here on the computer like this. Um, and I really don't use controllers like this. We actually bought this controller to play one game that my girlfriend wanted to play, and she played it one time and never again. So, don't go out and spend a whole bunch of money on a controller. If okay, I don't remember if I got through this the last time or not. No, I didn't. Okay. Um, Now you can see it's a little slow running. Um, oh, crap, vibrates on. I have to figure out what button is that. Okay, that's the jetpack. It seems to be playing okay. I guess I just needed to restart it. And remember, you are playing in space here. So, it's going to be kind of slow here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Um, so, the Xbox is playing even on her computer here with the graphics card installed. What Sparky Linux did is this has a high enough motherboard and hardware to support the OpenGL, and this is a Core 2 Duo machine. Once again, I do not advise a Core 2. Um, the better the processors, the smoother your game. This only has 4 gigabytes of RAM installed. Alright, let's exit this so we know this is working. Um, uh, Machine, eject disk, and then exit. Alright, now let's go to the PlayStation 2. I am not even going to bother a PS3 because the laptop I have over there with the Sparky Game Over edition, Sparky Linux, has an i3 processor, and it is not strong enough to run a PS3 emulator. It will install, it will load the game, but as soon as the game tries to start, it will freeze. The hardware is not nearly strong enough. Just like this would not be strong enough for a PS3 emulator. And I was going to PS2, correct? Alright, let's see what we got here. ISO selector, browse, documents. Oh, right there. Now, I have not checked all this stuff. So I don't know if all this will run correctly or not, because I have not really checked anything on here. I have checked the Final Fantasy 12 on here, and it seems to work. See right here. Alright, and let's get this to run, which is boot ISO. And my picture's clear up there. Of course it is. There we go. Much better. Like I said, I haven't tweaked any of the settings as far as the video goes to make the screens larger. Now the PS2 emulator always starts like that. It's not dragging or anything like that. It's just how it starts. This thing has some serious speed going on. Normal TV. Yeah. Now, this has some speed. Looks okay. It's running smooth. Let's start this. I can't continue because there's no saves on here. Because I just installed this. This I can set up for my girlfriend. I know what she puts in. She goes by this. That's not her full name, but that's what she goes by. Yes. Da-da-da. Oh, fuck. Excuse my language. That has to go off. Yep. And then start. So, it's not just the hardware. It is literally the operating system you're using. Whether you can get an older machine to play decent games. Now, once again, hers is a Dell Optiplex 760. She does have a NVIDIA graphics card that is Jensen Jansen, something like that. We've had this card quite a long time. I don't know if I can see that tag without tearing everything up here. Actually, I think this is a replacement card. I replaced it probably 2 years ago, something like that. Now, see how smooth that's playing? So, this is playing much smoother than... I wonder if I can skip. I can't. I hate PlayStation 2. Can't skip. That bites. Alright. Let's get out of this. The speed is down here. That's a pretty good speed for running on something like this. ESC to escape that. Now let's try something else. Shut down. ISO selector. Browse. Now, she is used to using Codebreaker and Game Shark and stuff on her games. I have no clue. I really don't. Alright, let's open this. I just set this stuff up. I don't play on it. Alright, the file's not found. Okay. So, did I screw something up? Either that or it's no, the file's not found. That means the ISO on that game is bad. So let's go here. I forgot what game it was. Oh, that one. Alright, that means the ISO file is bad. So let's move the trash. And like I said, she normally only plays a few games, so let's get rid of that one. Now let's try this again with a different game. ISO, browse. Let's try this one and see if this is good. Okay, this one seems to be loading. So we have the Xbox, we have the GameCube, we have the PlayStation 2. On a old Dell Optiplex 760 with a small graphics card installed. I apologize, I can't tell you what graphics card it is. I do know it's an NVIDIA card. Oh, that looks really good. I know nothing about these games. I really don't. Start button. New game. Yeah, okay, I'm not doing this. I have no clue about these games. Shut down. Exit. Alright, so we have the GameCube, the PS2, and the Xbox emulator on here. I did not... Did I test everything on the Xbox? No, we have one more game to test on here. Now, I apologize. This is going to be a pretty long video here. I don't know if I'm going to have to splice video together. If I started, stopped it, whatever. I don't know. I have to check. So far, most of the games on the Xbox emulator are working without issue. I believe there was something wrong with the ISO for the PS2. I do have I was wondering why I have two ISO files for that. And I just copied one over. I have no clue what I'm doing here. Ew. I guess I am playing this. Okay. Oh. I guess that's how I find stuff, huh? Hey, Joust. Marble Man, this is fun. Paperboy Rampage. Gauntlet? I don't know what that is. I think that's... Oh, Defender 2. Okay, then this is Defender. Don't know what Bubble is. Since I'm having to do this in one hand, I'm not going to be doing very good of a job. Fire and thrust. Crud. You know what? Let's see what it does. So, once again, like I say, it depends on the game you download, I guess, and your hardware. Of course, hardware is a huge issue, but now we know it also has to do with the operating system. This would not play on Linux Mint. The Xbox would definitely not play on Linux Mint. I have no clue how to start this. Oh, yeah, it's definitely Defender. Yeah. Oh, does this have a... nope, it does not have, crap, what is it? Turbo. That sucks. Trying to do this with one hand and like one finger is really, smart bomb. Alright, let's get out of this because I can't do this with one hand. Remember to go up to machine, eject disk, and then exit. Okay, I'm going to cover this one more time for the Dolphin GameCube emulator. If I did not already cover it, I believe I did. To get Dolphin to install on any Debian machine. Alright, here's the commands you need to put in. and then you hit enter, and it will install Dolphin. All right. So, am I happy that now my girlfriend can play all this crap she wants to play? Not really, because anytime she wants to play it, I have to rip the computer apart, take her old hard drive out, put this hard drive in, and then she can play it. You know, that's great, fine, dandy, whatever. But other than that, yes. The operating system has a lot to do with whether you can run an emulator or your games. This is a small hard drive. It's only 500 gigabytes. But you can see we got a few things on here, or I put a few things on here for her. Anyway, I'm fixing to go. If you want me to test anything else, feel free to ask. Now, I have already tested it on my laptop. I tested it on her laptop. Even on with Sparky Linux on her laptop, nothing will load. As far as the Xbox. And the PS2 is laggy because she has such an old laptop. It is a Core 2 Duo, but it has onboard graphics, integrated graphics, Intel graphics. As far as mine goes, I've not tried Sparky on mine because I'm not too much of a gamer. I really don't play Xbox or PlayStation 2 or even GameCube. I think really about the only games I play or stuff I can download for free. Maybe I don't know, Match 3 games and hidden object games, stuff like that. So I'm not too much into the emulator stuff and the games for emulators. I really don't do that. But once again, hey, if you want to try this, look, I'm telling you up front, if you want to try any version of Linux, there's a couple things you need to understand. One, any flash drive you put that on, Windows will never pick it up again. Different versions of Linux require different programs to install to make a bootable USB. To use Sparky Linux or make a bootable USB, you need to use Etcher. You can use, sometimes you can use Rufus, but I prefer Etcher when making any Linux distro. Unless you're willing to lose a flash drive, don't do this. Do not just install it over your hard drive and hoping you got everything right. Because one, if it messes up or if it's not compatible with all your hardware, then getting these drives wiped is really hard to do. As you can see, I have a drive in there. And basically, I'm deleting and rebuilding the partitions. And you need a machine like this to hook up to your laptop or computer. Then you need a program that'll delete the partitions and rebuild the partitions and reformat the drive for that drive to be saved. Once you have Linux on it, Windows will not pick it up. If you are using a version of Linux, you can use gparted and reformat and redo that entire hard drive. But if you're using Windows, it's much more difficult. Now, I apologize, it's already 35 minutes in. I did say, I believe in one of my videos, I would test my girlfriend's computer. Because, like I said, her computer has problems just running the PlayStation 2 emulator. So there's no way in hell it would run an Xbox emulator. And in fact, it won't even install it. Either one of the Xbox emulators we have, this computer with Windows 7 will not install it. Even with Linux Mint, this computer will not install them. Now, it will install the PSX or PlayStation 2 emulator for Linux Mint, but it's really drags, it's really slow. Sparky Linux Game Over seems to be the fastest operating system, but remember, this is a Debian system, not Ubuntu. It's a complete different monster when you're coming into the terminal stuff. And if you're looking something up, most things you are going to find will be on Ubuntu and not Debian. It's harder to find Debian commands for terminal. Now this D-Link picked up immediately on both Linux Mint and on this. My girlfriend's laptop, I did install this on her laptop, and it did not pick up her Wi-Fi card at all. So before you install it, run the live version of this. It comes in it creates a live USB. Run it live before you install it to a hard drive, and then make sure your sound, your video, your Wi-Fi, all that is working before you install this. Now I have to make this video pretty short. I'm letting the homeless guy wash clothes today. He did go eat at our local shelter. You know, we just don't have nothing to give him. I'm washing clothes today myself, so I ran over there and asked him if he needed to wash clothes, and he has clothes in the wash machine. So it's probably going to take 2 or 3 loads here in our washer to wash all his clothes. And unfortunately, he can't use the dryer because I'm using it today. But since I already had it hooked up, I decided I'd go ahead and ask him if he needed to wash. Once again, do not just run out, or do not just download any type of Linux without knowing what you're getting into. Some things you have to install through terminal. Depending on what version of Linux you have, it's going to be easier or harder to find terminal commands. But you see, everything's working on her computer now. And in fact, I need to shut that off so I can hook her hard drive back up and put her PlayStation 4 back over here. Like I said, it's up to you. This is going to be the last time I do a video on like Sparky. And remember, she does have a small graphics card installed. And believe me, if you get a computer or a desktop or whatever, if somebody's giving it to you for free, great. But if you're buying one, Optiplex 760 is a decent computer, but stay away from the slims. If you can get one that's a larger case, it's much easier to fit graphics cards and extra hard drives and stuff in this than in a slim. Slims just have no room. And installing an extra graphics card, it's really hard to find a low profile, small graphics card that you can install in this. Alright, I'm fixing to go. Everyone have a good day. Once again, if you enjoyed seeing the video, I'm glad. Thanks for watching. Let's get Midnight in here. I would get Butthead in here, but he already left. Don't worry, he'll be back. He comes back 2 or 3 times a day now. He even got my girlfriend petting him. Anyway, that's it. If you made it to the end, thank you. If you have any questions about what I did or how I installed something, please feel free to ask, and I will do my very best to try to remember for you. I'm not a Linux expert, but we have been using Linux a lot. We've had a lot of issues with Windows. But I'm going. Everyone have a good day or night, and thanks for watching. Bye.